is Sir Gryphon, and I wanted to take you through a little bit of my process today. I am a comic book artist with GryphonKnights Comics, and I'm going to start with creating a new file. So one of the things you might notice, I'm working on Photoshop elements. A lot of people work on Photoshop CS6. I have it, and I need to just teach myself, but I know how to work on this. I've been using it for years, and so it's just the easiest thing for me to show you about. So, the first thing I do when I'm starting a new page is I create an empty layer, and then I start putting things together. In the script, this is a 3-panel. What's happening is there's this couple, they're just talking about different stuff, and all of a sudden there's a knock at the door. Oh no, are they in trouble? So that's the story for this frame. So what I end up doing is I usually lower the opacity to 15%, and I name my layer Sketch, or Pencils, whatever is going through my brain. And then I get to work. So usually I'll create frames first, kind of give me a rough idea where everything is going. And nothing is final, so it's final. One of the things in these pages is in the background of almost every page there is a blue sun. That's part of the story, but it also makes it really interesting to design the panels, because I usually leave some sort of circular hole in it, either here or maybe in a corner. So you can see that by lowering the opacity, I kind of have like a pencil, and if I go over an area hard enough, it gets darker. And then I'll just create characters, at least sketches of the characters. One thing I will mention, however, is you don't have to do pencils just this way. Another way I at one point did them was lowering the opacity of the layer, and just having the opacity of the tool at 100%, and then it kind of makes the pencil, just one color, which is fine. You can do that, but see, I can just do the same thing real quick. And again, make the characters. You can start shaping them, whatever. I used to do it this way. I'm not as huge a fan because I can't get as much kind of like depth. It's nice to go and do something like a light pencil, do a light pencil and then do a darker pencil. That's kind of how I do things now. So I'm just going to kind of create the characters real quick, or just a sense of the characters and what they're doing. And usually I'll have the previous page or character designs open next to me, so I know who I'm working on. fun stuff. And, these panels aren't too interesting. They're just like the characters are talking, and then there's a knock at the door. So this bottom panel is going to be them both looking towards the door, and that will be interesting because then I get to play around with the environment. This is sci-fi, so they're in a crew quarters, so it's really difficult to say, okay, how do I make, a bed and maybe a few utilities look futuristic? How do I make this look like a crew quarters? Well, good question. Didn't really answer that. The only thing I thought of was kind of having the walls as screens. Kind of like on those new airplanes where they want to have windowless planes and the whole wall would just display the exterior of the plane, so it would look like, a panoramic view. So that's what I thought, because, hey, that would be cool. You can customize your own quarters. You want it to be blue. You change the screen background to blue. I mean, yeah, right? That sounds pretty awesome. And this isn't really, in this sci-fi, these guys aren't really a military ship, so it's not like, oh, we need gray or something. So here are the characters. I can flesh them out a little more, but I might do that either in another video or later. The one thing I want to show you now is how I create the frames. And there's two ways I do this. One is by using the marquee tool. That's how I used to do it. I really don't enjoy doing that anymore.